Maskimals, the fluffy animal heads from Walmart that have taken furries by storm. Some in a good way, some in a very bad way. Now, I might be a little bit late to the bandwagon with this particular topic, but I've still seen a few posts popping up about it, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave my 2 cents. So, some furries got a good laugh when these came out. Others were quick to label them as cringe, among other arguments. The latter camp, I just have to say, guys, get over yourselves. Don't get me wrong, if you personally don't like Maskimals for whatever reason, that's totally fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Even I don't plan to get one myself, I don't have a reason to. But as for the people, most of whom are young furries who are enjoying them, yes, even unironically, for Pete's sake, let them. That said though, let's discuss a few of the reasons people are so against Maskimals, and why I don't think those reasons hold much water beyond a personal opinion. So without further ado, issue number 1. They're ugly. So what? Really, so what? Not only is ugly a subjective term, guys, these things are only 20 bucks. Of course they're not going to look as nice as a custom-made head that costs 50 times that. There is no rule that says your fursuit must be this good to be valid. Just because you don't like how it looks, doesn't mean other people can't. Take my suit, for example. Though I think it came out pretty well for my first suit, it's certainly no Autumn Fallings. And that's okay, because I still enjoy it and can have fun with it, even if it's not the most professional looking suit on the block. And for that matter, it was a heck of a whole lot cheaper than a professional commission. Speaking of which, issue 2. They're going to mess up people's expectation of fursuit prices, meaning people will see Maskimals being sold for $20 and expect to be able to commission a fancy custom fursuit head for the same price. 2 things. 1. People have always been surprised to discover how expensive fursuits can get. This has been going on long before Maskimals came out and will continue long after they've been forgotten. And 2. If you or anyone else sees something like this, and honestly thinks that it'll cost the same as something like this, that's on you and your own naivete, not on Walmart. You get what you pay for. Issue 3. They're generic and don't match a person's persona. Once again, so what? Not only can people fursuit as characters other than their persona, but generic isn't inherently bad. I know this fandom tends to place a lot of emphasis on original characters and trying to stand out and be unique, but the point of the fandom, believe it or not, is not uniqueness. It's anthropomorphic animals. Nothing more, nothing less. Personas and OCs are popular, and for good reason, but they're not really the point. A good example of these points is Fjord Frost. Believe it or not, Fjord is not his persona. This character is. Fjord is just a persona, if you will. He made to go with the very generic, pre-made fox partial he uses. And his content is still great. He's one of the better known furry YouTubers out there. So hey, you can still have fun with a generic suit that doesn't match your persona. Just enjoy it! I'm sure there are a few other complaints floating out there, but these are the main ones that I've seen, and many others are similar and would have similar responses. So to sum up, no, Maskimals aren't super pretty, but that's the natural trade-off for being so cheap. They're not the end of the world, and they're not ruining the fandom. If you don't like it, that's totally cool. Nobody's forcing you to buy one. I don't plan to buy one either, but I honestly don't see why they can't be an alternative for people who can't afford to commission a custom one, especially kids who would grow out of a custom one anyway. For a long time, the furry fandom has been associated with cringe culture, and frankly, I think it affects people within the fandom as much as it affects people outside it. People would like to point at certain beginner art or fursuits and talk about how bad and cringy they are, and Maskimals seem to have fallen right into that category. I don't think it's deserved. Don't get me wrong, there's some genuinely cringy content out there, but kids? Heck, even adults having fun with the cheaper alternatives that are available to them is not one of them. Again, fursuiting is just for fun. There's no rules for how pretty your suit has to be in order to have fun with it. Take a deep breath, put your superiority complex away, and just let people have fun. Natty K out.